Okay, here's my project. I don't have my backdrop lights on because I'm here working on my workbench. I got a clear little area. This is the project I'm working on. Am I nervous? No, I'm not nervous. This is like a huge step, but I've been wanting to do it. Okay, just kidding. I've researched this for the last 2 weeks. I notified 3 places in town if they would do it. It's the Serrations for my Ontario knife survival. So, let me get these knives out here. And I'll show you what I'm going to try and attempt to do. And it's rolling the dice. I've never done it, but I had some really great videos that kind of walk you through it. But I want to put just a small area of serrations right here. The knife making companies here in town were just kind of afraid to touch it. You know, it's the 1095 steel which they deal with. It's just they don't really deal with serrations. You've seen the knives they get from them. It's artesian type knives here in town. So the pattern I'm leaning toward, I'm trying to speed this up. This is going to end up being a long video, I think. I'm leaning toward this pattern right here. It's not really aggressive, but it works. This is on my K-bar short. Let me pull my Ontario knife up. But you can see, I think that's going to be kind of what I'm going to do. So I don't have to really get aggressive. But I do like the serrations on my K-bar Army. That's just that's really digging into it. So I'm not quite sure. I might back off of that. But yeah, that pattern there looks a little bit, it doesn't look too bad from what I've seen how they do. And this is my Seal Strike. I like the pattern on that. It's pretty sharp. It's pretty aggressive. But I'm really digging in there with some little fine teeth. So what I'm going to do, I got all my Dremel tool bits. I got my Dremel tool out. And yesterday, what actually I'm going to do, I'm going to play around with some blades I got, some old blades, and just play around with it before I screw anything up. This is what I did yesterday. I was getting there, but I just didn't have the right Dremel tool bits. I used what I had. And I know that one of the most important things is keep the heat down. Don't let it get too hot. I'm going to ruin the heat treatment. Anyway, I might be taking videos of this. I'll do some overheads. I have kind of the same setup as Peterbilt knife guy. You know, my shed, this is a shop here. This is my shop, this is where I work. And I'm able to put a camera up above, so I might be able to video that. Okay, I'm gonna get started. We'll see what happens. Okay, one of the first things I gotta do, I decided I'm gonna go with the K-bar short. And you know, I can always go further later at some point, but I think that's gonna be just enough for this Ontario, being that they're pretty close to the same size. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm gonna go for. So what I gotta do, I gotta measure, and then I'm gonna mark on my blade where I start the cuts on the serrations. And we'll go from there. Okay, so I marked, this goes a little bit further out. So I went ahead and marked at that distance with a Sharpie. Okay, so I can always, I might not go to that furthest one. So this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to go with a disc, a diamond disc. I'm going to cut little slots at these marks. And then from there, I got some diamond point bits. And it continues. I'm okay though. I'm not nervous. Okay, I took a diamond disc cutter and I'm using a piece of scrap blade, and I cut the slits like so. Now, I'm going to go to the smallest. There was 3 sizes the guy used. His came out good. It was a folding knife, and I understand this still is different. But he used a smaller one, and the next size up, and then a medium, if necessary. I think I'm going to only have to do the small, and I might not, yeah, maybe the medium. But that's where I'm going with this. I'm still going to play around with this blank, and not too bad. You just cut right there where the blade is, and we'll see what happens. Okay, what I did, and by the way, I want to mention on the markings on this knife, I just free-handed it. I didn't mark it off. But I started off with the smaller one, and I've gone to the medium. I'm going to try the next step up that was suggested, and we'll see what that looks like. And then I'll experiment on down here. I'm going to do everything I can before I hit the Ontario. But it's not looking too bad. It really isn't. I'm going down to the smaller one again. I'm going to see if I can get just a little bit of a shape. Okay, I'm working pretty quick. They say you need to spritz it with water, but it's not hot at all. It's not hot at all. Okay, I'm gonna try another I'm going bigger size. Okay, here goes nothing. It's a little bit different. It's like, I like what I got. I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm gonna try and go for the bigger one here. Wow, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna stop this video and let y'all take a short look. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Now mind you, I didn't space these apart. I free-handed it. I didn't mark it like I did on my Ontario. There I had a little slippage when I first started, no problem. I like where it's wow. Yes, sir. And I think that's just the right distance. All right, I'm gonna play around with it. Okay, I'm gonna try another practice run using the disc. I cut it. Now I'll go to the cone shape diamond bits. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it. That was my first messing around. And then here's this. And then I'll sharpen it. All right. Well, I know some of you might be disappointed, but I've made it where I can use it. And I think this has just become my everyday carry at work, no matter what I carry. I'm gonna finish, of course, sharpening it. get a nice sharp edge on it. And I think it came out all right. I mean, this is, you know, that's the way I would love to have it, but I had to be real careful. So I'm gonna finish doing some sharpening in some of these grooves, and then take it from there. Okay guys, I did it. There's no turning back. I'm done. I'm happy with it though. I know a lot of you are gonna be like shocked and go, what did he do? I didn't ruin it. I made it to where this is my tool for work, and I made it to where I can use it. I carry, you know, I have to have serrations. The rope I use is a heavy duty marine poly rope that I have to cut a lot of times at work. And I use the serrations. It's a lot easier. I've cut PVC irrigation pipe with that. If I have to do a quick, you know, repair, I cut a pipe with it. But it saves my blade. Sure, I can get a real sharp blade and cut the rope and cut everything else if I have a really good sharp blade, but I might as well save that blade for the rest of the day and use this to cut, to saw. That's pretty well what I use it for, is the saw. So here it goes. This is that, here we go, the $4.99 survival knife. I did it. I know. But it's pretty sharp there. I'm gonna do some sharpening on it this afternoon. This is pretty sharp. I'll do a demonstration tomorrow. I'll get a hold of that rope if I remember. I think tomorrow's gonna be a not so fun day. But anyway, that's the backside, which actually shows more than most knives. Some knives don't even show the backside. And this is my front. And I like it. This is my tool. This is the one I will carry every day. Oh, I'll still carry knives like tactical, you know, Tactical Thursday, Tonto Tuesday, so forth, Wicked Wednesday. But I got a backpack. You know, I carry my lunch and several knives in there and tools, multi-tools, whatever I need. But this is gonna be on my belt, guys, every day. This is my go-to now. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got. And I love this knife. I really do. I really love it. Okay, I got to get Sog Sunday started. Y'all take care. Talk to you later.